Hi, so now we're going to create another new document. I'm going to hit Create New. And this time I am going to create a custom size. So instead of using the letter, I am going to create a document that is 6 inches by 6 inches. And I am going to put in 2 artboards, okay? And I'm going to hit Create. So now we have our 2 pages right next to each other. I am going to zoom out for a moment and I'm going to show you the artboard. All right, so see, this is, in a way, if you think about your workspace at home, if you had this gigantic table and you could put all your papers out all over the place, that's what it is. And if you go beyond the edge here, your papers would fall on the floor. So I've got 2 sheets of paper on here that are each 6 inches by 6 inches. This tool over here, the artboard tool, allows me to go in here and move these around. And if I hold down the Shift key, it allows me to go up or down so I can keep these even. So if I want these to be further apart, that's the tool I would be using. I can also go in and click on a shape and then double click on the art tool, and I could change this to say 9 by 9, or I could make it 9 by 10 and decide I want it to be vertical, and then I would hit OK and it would change the size. I'm going to go back and make it 6 by 6. And hit OK. So now I'm going to just zoom in on one and talk to you a bit about this and the next project. So you'll see we're going to be taking a word. One of the words is compress, so I'm going to take compress and I'm going to show you how to play with typography. So the T tool is our text tool. So I'm going to click on that, and you can just click and type a letter, or you can click and drag and type a whole sentence, as you can see what happened there. So the difference is that if we put text in a box, we can go and change the shape of that box. So if you're having paragraph text, you can go and play with these by pulling them out. And then if you make it too small, see this little red box here? That means that there's more text. So you can either expand your box to show all the text, or you can click on that and create a new box that you see is linked. We are not going to work too much on this for right now. We'll visit this again in the end of the semester, but I wanted you to know in case you were working with type and you were confused by something that showed up. For right now, we're just going to do the method where you click and you type a letter. So I'm going to type O, and I can type all the letters that I want all in one sentence, or I can type individual ones. The font that this text is in is the default, which is Myriad Pro generally. So one thing you may or may not have noticed, what's happening up here changed to be typographic. So if I go and I change to drawing a box, what's happening up here are things that help me with the box. And when I'm clicking on text, there are features that help me with text. So I am going to select this, and I want to change the text to Helvetica, which you should all have Helvetica. It's a pretty common typeface. It's actually one of the most common typefaces. And I'm going to make it bold. And so this C, if I want to make this C the same as this, I can go and do all that I did, or I can highlight this C, and then I can use this eyedropper, and I can grab it, and then it's gone, and it's copied the characteristics of that. This also works for, say, a box. Say we have this box that is yellow, and I go and I create another box that's blue, sorry. Then, if I want this blue box to then be yellow, I select the blue box, take the eyedropper, and grab it. So this is a really great tool that you can use for a lot of different things because it just quickly mirrors whatever you want to do. So here I have the letter C, and I've got the rest of these words for compressed. Now, one of the things that the computer does is you just go and you type something, and it just puts all these letters on this baseline. And if I wanted to make one of these letters bigger, it keeps that baseline the same. So with compressed, I probably wouldn't want to. What you're going to do, you're going to take this word and you're going to make it do what the word means. And so if you have something that says, say the word was grow, and you wanted use the eyedropper, grow. I guess that's odd. It should be working, but regardless, I can just go and make this W much bigger. You can scroll down to a set size, or you can go and put in a size. So I could put 90 in there if I wanted. Okay, so here I have these different sized letters here. So if I wanted to play with the word grow and make it literally grow, what's happening is I'm getting this funny spacing in between, and they're all lined up with the baseline. So what the program is doing is it's looking at that type letter and it's thinking, oh, I probably have all these letters are all the same size, and so therefore I'm going to make them this particular space. They're not realizing that we're trying to do something unique where we change the size of the letters in one line. So one of the things that you might want to do is have, instead of just all your letters growing across, I'm going to cut that letter and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to cut this O. I'm going to click and paste it. So to paste and to copy, you can go select it and cut and then paste, or you can use the command keys, which is what I was doing. So one of the things about all the Adobe programs, if you're going to do something a lot, you can go and look at what the command keys are here. So these command keys on a PC, instead of command, would be alternate. So you would hit Alt C to copy, Alt V to paste, okay? So now I've got these as separate letters. So now I am much more able to play with the grow so that it really does grow, not just up, but it grows wider too. So before everything was lined up like this, but now I can make it grow not just taller, but grow down below too. And I can play with how tight these letters are. I was going to use the word compressed, where I was going to play with the letters and have them pop up and down. So if I am going to play with the word grow, I think I want to play with the word grow now. I've changed my mind instead of using compressed because you guys want you to have free creativity and not feel like you should do something that I've done. So with the word grow, I can start to play with these letters and make them feel like a garden where all the flowers are growing at different sizes. And I can take this whole word, I dragged across it so that I selected each letter, or you can grab one and hold down the shift key, grab another, shift, and you can carry each letter by holding down the shift key. So if you had a letter here and a letter here and you just wanted to select those two, you can't drag over them both because you get these, but you can go and hit shift. Well, you click it, and then I just click, oops, those two letters, and then I can move those two around, okay? So if I wanted to have more letters growing, I can copy and paste because you can do the word grow. Perhaps you want to take it and just have all these W's grow. Take copy and paste again. Maybe you're going to grow all the letters and then maybe you want them to go off the page, okay? Or maybe you do like the idea that they're all on the same baseline, and in that case, I'm going to go to View, Rulers, Show My Rulers, and then I'm going to drag down my baseline because maybe I want everything to look like it's growing from the ground. So I want to have all these different letters of the word grow. And I'm going to hold down the shift key to shrink that letter. Maybe I'm just going to show a whole garden of letters growing off of that baseline. So grow is not one of your words. You've got a list of them. They're compressed and migrate and a bunch of different ones. So maybe I want, so that's why I'm just playing with grow. So maybe I do something like that with grow, but notice how I'm having it bleed off the edge of the page. And another thing that I might want to do, I might want to hide that guideline now. So I'm going to guides, hide guides. Maybe I really want it to feel like it's growing off the bottom of the page. And so I have the letters coming off of the page, right? And so maybe I want that grow to look like it, that R to make look like it's really grown. So there are ways to play with the typography, but you don't know those ways yet. So you can use what you know. You know how to make a box, so you can play with that. You know, and play with different heights. And then I can make a box that's thinner over here because this one's thinner. So there I have my grow letters.